Now on CoastTV News.
Big contract, big controversy. The new city manager for Rehoboth Beach is going to be making a pretty penny, and some people aren't happy about it. It's our CoastTV poll of the day.
Polishing parking permit protocols, how this affects your summer plan in Dewey Beach.
How do you define what a firearm is? Well, some lawmakers in Dover are looking to answer that question.
Blowing in the wind, a new forum on a proposed wind farm. When and how you can take part.
And speaking of the winds, we have a newly issued small craft advisory telling us the winds are going to start picking up momentum once again.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
What counts as a firearm? Seems like it should be a pretty simple question, but it's a big debate at the state capitol. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our News at 11. We begin tonight with legislation looking to change the definition of what a firearm is.
Some state lawmakers are arguing that the current legal definition of what a firearm is more of an umbrella term, and something needs to be done to make the definition easier to understand.
Coast TV's Charles Reinert breaks down that bill.
Do you consider this a firearm? Well, some Delaware lawmakers say the current definition of the word makes it a little unclear and confusing.
Too broad.
According to the bill's sponsors, the current definition of firearm includes anything that fires a projectile, from something as small as a slingshot to as big as a pumpkin chunking cannon. The current legal definition is as follows. Any weapon from which a shot, projectile, or other object may be discharged by force of combustion, explosive, gas, and/or mechanical means, whether operable or inoperable, loaded or unloaded. It does not include any BB gun. This bill, House Bill 357, looks to change the definition of firearms to what most people associate with the word, something that fires bullets. Barbara Stevenson thinks it's a necessary change.
I think it needs to be specific to what a firearm really is.
The new bill would create a new legal definition for, quote, projectile weapons, which would include things like crossbows or any other object that fires off projectile that isn't a bullet. Bill sponsors say the goal of the bill is to make things more transparent and that there are unintended consequences of the current definition. For example, minors are not allowed to use paintball guns. This bill was voted out of committee today and is now placed on the ready list, which basically just means it's ready to be heard by the House and then by the Senate if it passes the House of Representatives. I'm Charles Reinert in Georgetown, CoastTV News.
This isn't the first time in recent history that guns have caused controversy at Legislative Hall. One bill created what's called a permit to purchase system for handguns. This means that people looking to buy a handgun now need to go through an application process. As we go through a firearms training, as well as go through a firearms training program, according to the bill, people would not have to pay fees for the permit itself, but would have to pay for things like fingerprinting and the required training.
Taking a live look outside into Ocean City as we check on the weather tonight, you can see some clouds hanging there above the water. We did warm up quite a bit today, so let's check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. That might not be the case tomorrow, Paul.
No. In fact, we're going to start trending the opposite direction, believe it or not. And we have a newly issued small craft advisory that we're going to pass along to you. Our Bay Health camera in Dover, we're at 58 degrees with winds out of the north, 5 miles per hour. We're going to stay in the lower 50s, partly cloudy skies by 3 o'clock as we dip to about 52 degrees. Small craft advisory been reinitiated right along the Sussex County line, coastline, until 6 o'clock on Thursday. This means we're watching out for about 20 to 25 mile per hour winds, and that's going to carry all the way down towards Ocean City and down towards Chincoteague. So a bit on the breezy side as the temperatures continue to drop rather rapidly. And we do have a little bit of rain that's really well to our south, but that's not expected to curve north towards us. We're going to be dealing with the wind, and tomorrow, particularly Friday morning, we're going to be dealing with the cold. We'll talk about that in detail. Till then, back to you, Charlie.
Paul, breaking news tonight out of Arizona. 11 Republicans in Arizona, including former party officials and legislators, as well as former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Rudy Giuliani, were charged with conspiracy, fraud, and forgery for falsifying, declaring that Donald Trump won the state in the 2020 election. They submitted a document to Congress claiming Trump's victory. The indictment implicates Mr. Trump himself as an unindicted co-conspirator. They falsely signed a certificate as electors for Trump, despite Biden winning Arizona by over 10,000 votes. The charges follow similar indictments in Nevada, Michigan, Georgia, and Wisconsin. Trump himself was indicted in August for allegedly orchestrating the scheme. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays spoke at a press conference following the announcement.
Arizona's election was free and fair. The people of Arizona elected President Biden. Unwilling to accept this fact, the defendants charged by the state grand jury allegedly schemed to prevent the lawful transfer of the presidency. Whatever their reasoning was, the plot to violate the law must be answered for, and I was elected to uphold the law of this state.
And again, to reiterate, the charges do follow similar indictments in Nevada, Michigan, Georgia, and Wisconsin.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. A Cambridge kidnapping victim has been found in New York City. Cambridge police say a non-custodial family member of 10-year-old Layla Bowser, who did not have permission to take her, took her. Well, good news. The girl is now in Child Protective Services and soon will be brought back to Cambridge. The woman who took her is in police custody. In Delaware, Representative Ron Gray and Senator Gerald Hawker are hosting an offshore wind public forum. They say the forum will have speakers from the Caesar Rodney Institute Center for Energy and Environment, U.S. Wind, and Governor Carney's office. That will take place at Indian River High School on May 1st from 6 to 8 p.m. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
Meet Rehoboth's new city manager. Taylor Tedder is from Boulder City, Nevada. This announcement has not been met with praise from the public due to Tedder's high salary and compensation package. He will be receiving a yearly salary of $250,000, $50,000 for moving expenses, and a $750,000 forgivable housing loan. As for where the funding for the forgivable housing loan will come from, Mayor Stan Mills says the city will likely have to reevaluate and possibly vote on the budget again. But people find it's hard to believe this was the price the city had to settle for.
I think that somebody from the area would know the area better, have a sense of how the city might want to be managed, understands better what the people are looking for in the city. I think local is always better than bringing someone from the outside.
The city says the cost was necessary to attract candidates to the job and put an end to its long search for a city manager. Tedder is expected to start mid-May.
And let's add a little bit of context. Looking back on the previous city manager, Lawrence Christian's salary, there's a $90,000 difference. According to the city, the previous manager received an annual salary of $160,000. The city says that there was no housing loan included in that. Lawrence Christian was the city manager for 8 months in that position. All of this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is your opinion on city managers' pay?
Let's look at the updated results from earlier tonight. It looks like the majority, 73%, saying it's just too high.
But you see there, we've got some movement around because earlier this evening, Just Right had a much higher percentage than it does right now. In fact, Too Low now is leading Just Right. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
Dewey Beach has revamped its parking system. Now you can grab daily permits for $30 or choose weekly options for $100. There's also a weekend option for $55. The town wants you to know that parking is free every Monday night, and if you're planning to stay in the town longer, seasonal permits are now transferable and cover multiple cars. Pro-Palestinian protests are taking place at major American universities, prompting some school officials to take extraordinary steps to confront the growing crisis.
Texas state troopers in riot gear, including some on horseback, began breaking up a group of pro-Palestinian protesters at the University of Texas. And at the University of Southern California, officers and protesters clashed.
Meanwhile, House Speaker Mike Johnson visited Columbia University today and called on the university's president to resign. Melissa Rainey has more.
Pro-Palestinian protests are erupting at universities across America. This was the scene at the University of Southern California Wednesday afternoon. And at the University of Texas in Austin, a large group of students walked out of class today as part of a pro-Palestinian demonstration. At New York's Columbia University, protests enter a second week as House Speaker Mike Johnson visited the campus.
Today, I'm here to proclaim to all those who gnash their teeth and demand to wipe the state of Israel off the map and attack our innocent Jewish students, this simple truth: neither Israel nor these Jewish students on this campus will ever stand alone.
Speaker Johnson also called on Columbia University's president to resign amid the unrest. The unrest is leading some students, especially Jewish students, to fear for their safety as the Passover holiday is underway.
They haven't been able to step in, and we've been saying, can you walk us home? Could you please stop these people from harassing us? And it's hard because they kind of just are like, they shrug their shoulders and there's no enforcement of policy. That's the real issue.
Columbia University says it will extend a remote class option through final exams. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
We're just getting started this evening.
Still to come, police accountability, a group comprised of 4 different police chiefs and some local residents looking to build relations between the police and the public.
And also, birds of a feather sit on sirens together. The home of these Osprey has claimed a local firehouse, and it has some people smiling.
And some folks aren't smiling too much in Eastville Bird's Nest, ironically enough, because there's a spot shower that's beginning to push the air, but we're looking high, dry, and cold in all of the areas. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in 60 seconds.
Washington, D.C. is a mess.
There's no common ground. The left, the right, they're just shouting all the time, and no one's listening.
What a mess.
But now who is going to clean it up?
It doesn't have to be this way. And it shouldn't be this way.
I've seen children that have behaved better.
Like you, I'm completely fed up. Enough is enough. Cut reckless spending, support our police, and secure the border. I'm Larry Hogan. I approve this message, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate to get stuff done.
Your Ford dealer presents America's all-time best-selling SUV, Ford Explorer. Bronco Sport with superb off-road ability. The fun, fuel-efficient Ford Escape. Want more? Visit your local Ford dealer. Right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on select Ford SUVs. But hurry, this offer won't last long.
We're quiet for right now, but we are watching out for temperatures to take a nosedive that's going to be, well, at least a little noise on how it feels on your body, all right? Our Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera in Ocean City. Winds are out of the north at 3 miles per hour. Temperature right now, 56. Now, we're going to stay in the mid to upper 50s for the rest of the night with scattered cloud cover in play. Now, we had a high today of 74 degrees in Georgetown, 73 for the high in Salisbury, Cambridge, and in Easton. By the way, we warmed up to 78 degrees, actually. That's the hot spot, Ocean City. The latest advisories that we have active right now deals with the wind. Small craft advisory has been reinitiated along the coast for us in Sussex till 6 o'clock on Thursday, but that also carries all the way down towards Ocean Pines, Ocean City Golf Club shores, all the way down towards Chincoteague. Watching out for about 20-mile-per-hour winds, and we have the stationary boundary to our south right now, and this boundary is keeping the rain that's forming right now in the extreme southern portions of our viewing area. This is acting as a barrier, keeping all of that rain away from us, not allowing it to ease its way to the north. So we'll see the last remnants of the isolated spot showers popping through, and then it'll move right on over towards the water and out of the way. We're at 57 degrees in Rehoboth, Indian River Inlet, 56 in Ocean City as well as Bethany Beach, and 55 in Milford, 52 currently in Milton. Here's what we're expecting. More wind advisories extended until Thursday. And then Arctic air arrives. Temperatures are going to start dropping fast, particularly for Friday morning. And then allergens escalate. Grasses have gone higher. And even though the temperature's dipping, the allergens are not. So tomorrow morning, as you're getting ready for the gym, or rather this morning, you're getting ready for the gym, chilly conditions, and you need the hoodie and sweater and the hat. You're just going to need it. It's going to be kind of those cold mornings on the way to the gym. And go to the gym. I know it's cold, but you committed to yourself, remember? I'm looking at my co-anchor. Anyway, let's take a look. Temperatures in the 50s out of the northeast. For Thursday afternoon, we'll climb right into the 50s. Not much of a movement there. We'll start off in the 40s for Friday morning. And then for Friday afternoon, we'll ride into the mid-50s as a result of that. Now, remember those allergens we were talking about? Listen, trees are extreme right now, okay? And grasses were moderate yesterday. Now they're high. They're not extreme, but, I mean, really, tomato, sneezing, hacking, however you want to put it. It's just a miserable situation if you have allergy problems. Now, for the most southern portions of our viewing area, we'll start off at 50 degrees in the morning time for Ocean City. And then we're going to actually get cooler throughout the day. Those winds out of the northeast are going to be just merciless. And then look at what happens Friday morning. 39 degrees. That's all I'm going to say. So for tonight, clearing out and cooling off. Tomorrow, much cooler all day long. It's going to be cooler. And then for Friday, it's going to be a very frosty start to the day. And we'll thaw out slowly later. Here's a look at your extended forecast.
Cold and itchy, Paul, is not exactly how I was hoping to spend tomorrow, but it seems like that's where we're at. Here's an interesting story for you. Ospreys have returned atop the Rehoboth Beach Fire Company fire siren. Ospreys are sort of an unusual looking bird that also is known as a seahawk. The pair of ospreys is likely the same pair that has nested atop the siren in recent years. Now, debris can be found beneath the nest on a patio at the fire company, which is likely the reason for a cone being placed up there. The siren to deter the birds. Turns out it didn't deter the birds at all. That failed to keep them off of there, and they have, made a few people happy in the process.
Put this cone in there, and the bird came back.
The bird
really wanted to be there.
Because it made a beautiful nest.
Yeah,
she made a beautiful nest.
Yeah.
They love the rebel birds. The Rehoboth Beach Fire Department will be required by law to remove the cone from the nest now that the pair has begun to settle in.
DenRec has a new tool for flooding preparations. It's called iAdapt. DenRec says iAdapt is designed to help Delawareans protect their property from flooding. Users can input property details into iAdapt to receive personalized strategies to combat flooding in their area. There will be an information session on the tool at the Lewis Public Library on May 23rd at 6 p.m. Still ahead, a new committee meeting for the first time, how 4 police chiefs hope to strengthen the trust between people and police.
Spring is here, and your home to-do list is getting longer. Don't stress. Horizon Services has you covered 24/7 with cooling and plumbing solutions to fit any budget. From minor upgrades to major repairs, no matter your home's needs, we get it done and get it done right the first time. Now's the time to avoid costly breakdowns and breathe easier by calling our certified technicians to inspect your system and remove built-up dust, pollen, and dander, ensuring it runs efficiently. Schedule your spring AC tune-up today.
Hey Delmarva, this is MJ Laughlin with IG Burton Chevrolet in Milford, Seaford, Lewis, and Berlin. Drive off in a brand new Silverado with a whopping $12,000 in savings or enjoy finance rates as low as 0.9%. Prefer an Equinox? Get $5,750 in savings or enjoy 1.9% APR financing with no payments for 90 days. Details at igburton.com or stop by any IG Burton Chevrolet location in Milford, Seaford, Lewis, or Berlin. Nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Transform your bathroom into a haven of luxury with Baths by Spicer Brothers. Call today for your free consultation. We'll work around your hectic schedule with evening, Saturday, and even same-day appointments available.
And right now, receive 50% off installation, a free shower door upgrade, and a free deluxe shower head. Plus, enjoy your new shower now and pay later with no interest and no payments for 18 months.
With Baths by Spicer Brothers, quality is our promise, and your satisfaction is our guarantee. So before you sign, keep Baths by Spicer Brothers in mind.
Want to go for a spin? Play the Big Spin Scratch Off. You could win up to $50,000 instantly, or a chance to spin the Big Spin Wheel for up to $250,000.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The police chiefs from 4 different communities are joining forces, along with select locals. Last year, Governor Carney signed a bill that requires all police departments to have a police accountability committee. Fenwick Island, South Bethany, Dewey Beach, and Ocean View have all adopted to partner with each other to form one regional committee. They met in Ocean View for the first time today. This will provide advice on policy, training, and issues affecting communities.
Because they're such small communities, and when you work together, you can get so much more done. And so that's, you have a body, you've got the arms and legs, now we can walk.
During their next meeting, the committee plans on having some policies put in place that can better help the officers and the communities.
NASA and tech leader Nokia have joined forces to set up a cellular network. Are you ready for this? On the moon. The goal is to help pave the way for humans to have a long-term presence beyond the Earth. Later this year, a SpaceX rocket is set to be launched carrying a simple 4G network to the moon. And the plan is for the lander to then install the system at the moon's south pole. The system, which will then be remotely controlled from Earth, will connect the lander via radio equipment to 2 roaming vehicles that are tasked with searching for ice. Now, lunar ice can be used to create breathable oxygen and even fuel for future missions. This kind of cellular connectivity would be key for NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return astronauts to the moon within this decade.
In health news, if you don't have insurance or it doesn't cover skin cancer screenings, but you want to get checked out, mark your calendars. Tidal Health is offering free skin cancer screenings in May at the following locations: the Richard A. Henson Cancer Institutes in Salisbury on May 6th and in Berlin on May 7th, then Coastal Care and Dermatology in Millsboro on May 10th. Appointments are required.
Good news for air travelers today, with the Biden administration announcing new rules on refunds and junk fees. Under the new regulations, airlines will be required to automatically issue cash refunds when flights are severely delayed or canceled, and passengers choose not to accept alternative transportation or travel credits. Airlines must also now make it abundantly clear what fees are charged when it comes to things like baggage, cancellation, and more.
In theory, passengers are already supposed to be refunded for a cancellation or a major delay. In practice, it often doesn't work that way. We hear again and again from passengers who describe how hard they have to push just to get the refunds that are owed to them.
Coming up in sports, the Orioles, all the way on the other side of the country, looking for a win against the Angels. Our DSN crew has highlights.
And job opportunities on Delmarva, the openings, and one upcoming job fair to note on your calendar.
We salute William Walton Jr. Bill Walton has had a notable career marked by leadership and dedication. As the former chief of the Cranston Heights Fire Company and president of the Delaware Fire Chiefs Association, he has been a pivotal presence in fire service administration both locally and nationally. He represented the Eastern Fire Chiefs Association at the National Fire Chiefs Association, showcasing his commitment to advancing fire safety protocols and training. Bill is also proudly affiliated with the Dagsboro Fire Company and is a respected retiree of the Delaware Fire School. His service extends beyond fire safety, having honorably served in the United States Air Force. His legacy is characterized by his steadfast dedication and enduring contributions to both his community and country.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
All right, as you're lining your putt up for tomorrow, just remember, conditions, not so good. It's going to be clear, but it's going to be chilly early. We're looking for a high of only about 50 degrees. It's going to be kind of cold. You're going to need a serious windbreaker. And of course, pull out that iron that helps you with your slice.
On Coast Life, we explore the vital role of our local ecosystems and the roles played by reptiles and amphibians. Plus, in our Spill the Tea segment, we delve into a couple's travel fund controversy. Tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
It's that time of year again where homeowners are power washing, staining, and replacing boards on their deck. No one has time for that. With Paul Davis, our AZEK decks are crack, fade, and insect resistant with a lifetime warranty.
Paul Davis makes it easy by bringing the showroom to you and giving you an estimate that same day. Paul Davis decks are beautiful.
Save Big 3 Ways is now extended. Get last year's pricing, pay nothing until 2025, and get a 10x10 outdoor gazebo free with your new deck through April 30th.
Call Paul Davis today for a free estimate.
Discover why Gateway Subaru is Delmarva's destination dealership, earning our customers' trust and exceeding expectations. No matter where you live, experience the Gateway difference with our no-pressure sales approach and fair, honest pricing. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Need service fast? Our quick service lane is always ready. No appointment needed. Gateway Subaru, just minutes from the beaches in the heart of Delmarva. Higher standards.
Life. Just when you think you've got it made, you've got another thing coming. To which we say, bring it on. Your heart needs a hand? We've got hands committed to saving hundreds of hearts each year. You're facing a storm? Hey, storm, is that all you got? Because we've got more. More ways to help, to provide hope, with a commitment to your health that runs deep.
Deo for your whole body?
That actually works.
How do they do it?
Native combines the best of nature with the best of science to make a deodorant spray with naturally derived ingredients that fights odor at the source and is clinically proven to keep stank at bay all day.
What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable raccoon? Attack.
Bark!
Attack. It's not easy taking out the trash. That's why you need strength that's anything but ordinary.
Get the CoastTV First Alert Weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free CoastTV First Alert Weather app, sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
The Brandywine Valley SPCA is expanding its medical team in Georgetown. There are full and part-time job opportunities for veterinarians. Scheduling can be flexible. BVSPCA says good candidates can be new graduates, professionals looking to make a change, or even retired veterinarians.
Are you on the job hunt for a new job or even just looking around for a possible career change? Well, there is a job fair on the horizon in Pocomoke City. This is scheduled for Wednesday, May 1st from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Pocomoke Fairgrounds building. The event is free, no registration required. Employers from across Worcester County will be on hand. So again, if you're looking for a new gig, get that resume ready. It could be a good opportunity to find what's next.
President Joe Biden signed a bill Wednesday that could lead to a nationwide TikTok ban.
Congress had passed the bill this week as part of a wide-ranging foreign aid package meant to support Israel and Ukraine.
The legislation poses the most serious risk to TikTok since U.S. officials began raising concerns about the app in 2020.
Michael Yoshida explains what this means for users here in the U.S.
The clock may soon be running out for TikTok and its more than 170 million users in the U.S.
A lot of TikTok users, as you would expect, aren't very happy about this. TikTok brings in lots of money for them.
President Joe Biden signing a bill Wednesday, giving ByteDance, TikTok's Chinese parent company, 270 days to sell or spin off the social media platform. Otherwise, it will be banned from U.S. app stores.
Congress is acting to prevent foreign adversaries from conducting espionage, surveillance, maligned operations, harming vulnerable Americans, our servicemen and women, and our U.S. government personnel.
Some experts say this bill does not prioritize the right issues.
Really what the U.S. needs to do, if it's worried about data collection, is pass comprehensive privacy legislation that would regulate the kind of data that all social media platforms and tech companies can collect on us and keep on us and share on us. Because even if TikTok goes away, there's nothing stopping the Chinese government from buying data and information about Americans from data brokers and other social media platforms.
TikTok is fighting back, calling the legislation unconstitutional. CEO Shou Chu vowed to take the issue to court.
Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Tonight, the Baltimore Orioles aiming to take their second series over the Los Angeles Angels this season. In the top of the third, Gunnar Henderson breaks open the scoring, sailing it just over the wall for a solo shot. and now up 2-0, bottom 5, and that was all the insurance that Dean Kramer needed, picking up his 4th K of the day. Bottom of the 6th, Mike Trout, nobody on, and he hammers one deep to left, and it will just stay fair. The 10th homer for Mike Trout this season. He brings his team within 5. More from the Angels. Taylor Ward skies it to right center field, a 2-run home run, and the home team starting to get some life. Then Ward up now, a grounder to the left side. Gunnar Henderson has it, and the throw is in time. Henderson showing off his arm. Bottom of the 9th, Angels down by 1, an attempted steal, a throw, it's in time. They did rule it out. A tough bang call to end the game. Let us know what you guys think. Orioles win 6-5. To high school action in Delaware in boys volleyball, Indian River defeated Delmarva Christian 3-1. The Indians have won their 4th game in a row, improving to 6-2 on the year. That'll do for sports. Have a great night.
Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Not happy with your utility bill? Help save energy by replacing your outdated, inefficient windows. At Spicer Brothers, we install new replacement windows and new construction series windows, built for extreme weather and high energy efficiency. And quality installation is just as important as the window itself.
And you can have peace of mind on your new windows with the Spicer Brothers Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
And right now, buy 2 windows and get 1 free. Plus, no interest and no payments for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
You've come a long way, Peninsula Bath. Sure has been fun.
Are you the bath guy?
Can you take out the trash?
Do you do lawns?
Listen, Linda, listen.
You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Khakis?
Share with us your favorite Linda memory, and you'll get 2024 off your next bathroom remodel with Peninsula Bath.
Mercy, that's a great deal.
Thank you, Delmarva, for a great year.
Life is all about choices.
And on Delmarva, we know you have a lot of country music stations to choose from.
Well, at Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3, we believe we do more of what you want.
And playing stuff that we love too, like Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen?
Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson.
Plus all the good stuff too, Reba, Brooks and Dunn, Garth, and all the classics in between.
So we're issuing the Coast Country Challenge.
Tune us in for a week and we're sure when you'll accept the challenge,
you'll feel Delmarva proud too.
On the next wheel.
Hello, America.
The week of vacation giveaways is almost over.
All right, let's get it. Here we go.
But they're still
taking care of business.
Yeah. Thursday at 7 on CoastTV.
Next Jeopardy!
How many languages do you know?
Approximately 10.
But can he speak the language of Jeopardy champion?
Good luck to champ and challengers alike. Let's play Jeopardy, shall we?
Thursday at 7:30 on CoastTV. Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Acme Ceramic Tile Company.
I hate to say goodbye to the gorgeousness that was today, but sayonara, all right? Now, we're going to see temperatures dropping into the 50s rather quickly. Now, we do have the small craft advisory that's in effect along the shore. This is bracing for 25-mile-per-hour winds. Now, you combine this with the temperatures dropping dramatically, that's going to make for some cold mornings, particularly Friday morning, but we'll start a little bit tomorrow. A couple of leftover sprinkles to the south, most southern portion of our viewing area, but that's going to stay out of the way. And we are expecting for it to continue to stay at least cooperative for us throughout the rest of the evening hours. And we had a high of 74 degrees. And I'll have to have your 10-day forecast on another time because my computer started all over again. So we don't have that much time. Back to you guys.
Well, thank you, Paul. We certainly appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more of our news, more of our local weather, good idea to download our app.
It is. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.